What up, though? What up, though? It's the incomparable Deezil Greezil, man. And you're tuned in to know what I'm saying, man. This is a pilot episode, bro. I'm just really trying to get started, man. I've been procrastinating, and people want what they want. So I got to meet people where they are and show up, man. So I'm just going to hop in the water, man. Usually I spend my day on Facebook while I'm working, just talking shit about things that come across my timeline. Might be relevant topics, might be opinions. It doesn't matter. If it comes across my timeline and it speaks to me, I'm going to speak to it. And so, what happened yesterday, man, is the Tia Mowry situation came across my timeline. A lot of y'all might know Tia, man. She got divorced from a husband of 14 years. He didn't see it coming. He was blindsided. She didn't say he was abusive. He ain't a narcissist. Wasn't infidelity. It was, hey, I ain't happy. And the thing is like, man, women initiate the majority of divorces in America for that reason, because they're not happy. Because women operate under the notion that happiness is what matters the most in a marriage. And so when they're not happy, the marriage is on the rocks. It's on the rocks, right? And so I'm not saying marriage shouldn't be about happiness. Happiness is a very, very important part of life, period. And so anything you do should fulfill you on some level. But in my opinion, men rarely leave a marriage because they're not happy. Because you not being happy is not a reason to break up your family. And because when you get divorced, it breaks up the family in some shape, form, or fashion. Even if you have the best plan, even if you can be the best co-parents, it's less than ideal situations, to say the least, right? Less than ideal by far. So men rarely initiate divorces because happiness is not really a big factor in us being married. Obligation and duty and putting our family in the best position to extend our legacy really tends to take precedence when it comes to men. Well, at least from my experience as a man. I can't talk for all men. I don't like to talk in absolutes. I do that often, but I'm trying to stay away from that. But you get what I'm saying. Happiness matters in marriage most to women. And if a woman isn't happy, she's willing to blow up everything to go find her happiness. Okay, cool. The thing is when a woman leaves a marriage because she's not happy, women consider her brave. It's brave that she's willing to break up her family. If a man leaves a marriage because he's unhappy, people will consider him a coward. How dare you leave a situation because you aren't happy and now put your children and your spouse in a less than advantageous situation because you're not happy, right? You know what I'm saying? Men really, generally in society, aren't allowed to do that. So I want to talk about two very specific cases of women walking away from marriages that was trending, recently, somewhat. So the first one I want to talk about is, bam, Tia Mowry and that's supposed to be Corey Hardrick. I believe they spelled the name wrong, but I stole the slide from Media Takeout. So blame it on them, not me. But apparently Tia Mowry and Corey are working things out, and it's Tia who wants him back. Now, this doesn't surprise me that she wants him back because the leaks have been coming out that she regretted ending her marriage. And she was even complaining about the streets being street-like. She said that the dating pool is nothing out there. Of course, I'm paraphrasing. But she essentially at one point admitted on social media or to the media that the dating pool wasn't what she expected. Men aren't chivalrous anymore, things like that. So I was like, okay, you had a man who married you. He was very chivalrous. He married you. He wanted to be with you. You guys were married for 14 years. So you had the epitome of chivalry based on what women are looking for, and that didn't fulfill you. And so now you want to end your marriage because you're not happy. And so what that boils down to, in my opinion, is women want to be desired more than they want to be appreciated. Meaning that women want to be desired more than they're appreciated. And the reason I say that is because women who are parents, have children, and more often than not, those children appreciate them. The level of appreciation that your children provide is almost unparalleled in the world. So a woman who is a quote unquote good mom, not getting into that, but a woman who meets the requirements that society would consider to be a good mom, nurturer, provider, puts your kids first, all of that good stuff. Those children are appreciating her. And more often than not, the other parent is appreciating her. And other family members are appreciating her for this novel job that she's doing as a parent. But it's something inside the woman that still wants to be desired by the opposite sex for her to feel the way that she wants to feel. Now, I'm going to get into if she should want to feel this way or not, because that's inconsequential. But it's in my opinion that women want to be desired more than appreciated. So this woman, Tia, who's in a marriage for 14 years, she doesn't feel desired anymore. She's looking for something, gets unmarried, puts her husband through the public shame of a public divorce, the financial ramifications of a divorce, the emotional damage of a divorce, gets back out there, starts dating. I'm assuming with dating as an adult, sex is a part of dating. Not saying every person you date you have sex with, but saying sex is a part of dating at some point. You don't get divorced, in my opinion, and start dating for the purpose of not having sex, regardless of gender. You know what I'm saying? If you're able and healthy to have sex and you're dating, at some point, Mother Nature is going to win and you're going to want to have sexual relations of some sort with another human being. All right? So she does that and she's feeling unfulfilled. She's realizing that she had everything she wanted in the marriage and now she wants her man back. And I'm like, it shouldn't take you filing for divorce after 14 years. It shouldn't take you getting back into the dating pool, allowing other men to have access to you, for you to realize that the man that you had was what you wanted, and he, in fact, did value you in a way that you now value, and you want to work that out. That in itself is frustrating. Because let's assume Corey takes her back, and if he loves her, he should. Like, hey, if you love him, you love him. But my whole thing is like, you divorced me. You threw me under the bus to some extent because you basically said I wasn't enough for you. Now you want me back. We wasted time, we wasted money, we wasted emotions. I've been embarrassed. Other men have had access to you. Other women probably have had access to me now because shit, you left me. I'm gonna be fucking something too. And now we get back together and expect our marriage to be better than it ever was. That's a tough sell, man. That's a tough position to be in. And it's all about the indecisiveness of one party, which led to this. That's tough, man. You know, and then like the other person I want to talk about was, you remember when Tyrese and his wife got a divorce? I had this article over here. Let me get her name, man. Samantha Lee. Remember Samantha Lee? She left Tyrese a couple years ago when Tyrese was going through something publicly, and she left him. She recently also came out and admitted, I got a picture of them. Bam, that them. Yep, that is them. Beautiful, beautiful couple. She recently came out and acknowledged that she felt that if she had better friends in her life, she would still be married. I'll say that again. She felt that if she had better friends in her life, she would still be married. And that in itself was huge, in my opinion. For her to take the accountability to admit, like, I had the wrong people around me who didn't reinforce the values of my marriage, and this is why I got divorced. She admitted that Tyrese wasn't crazy. He wasn't the person that she thought he was, which prompted her to leave. He was going through a mental issue, you know, and he needed some help, and apparently he's gotten some help, and now he's back to being the same loving Tyrese that she remembered, and now she wants him back. But you abandoned the brother in the lowest point of his life, publicly, because of your friends. The fact that your friends have so much power over you in your marriage is disheartening. It shows a lack of emotional maturity. It's also why married people should have married friends who believe in the values of marriage. I'm like, yo, if ain't no physical abuse, ain't no verbal abuse, emotional abuse, if it's just differences of opinion and not seeing eye to eye, those are things that you could work out, in my opinion. You could, but hey, I've been divorced twice, so who the fuck am I to tell you how shit should work? But I'm just saying the indecisiveness of these women has led to some situations that could have been prevented, in my opinion. You know, but I don't make the rules, man. I want to keep this nice and short, man. Let me know what y'all think. Like, share, comment, subscribe, all that good stuff, man. We'll try to keep this coming. I have another podcast show that I'm going to be rolling out really, really soon, which is going to be totally different than this. That in itself is going to be a whole nother beast, but it's a very grand and ambitious idea. So I have to take my time and do it right. But I wanted to get active. I wanted to get back out here talking to the people. So this is where we are now, man. This is Know What I'm Saying. I'm the incomparable Deezil Greezil, man. If you like it, let me know. I'm going to be taking guests on this show. We're going to be talking about all type of topics. I'm looking for some good debates. I'm looking for all of the good stuff that make you want to tune in. And I'm going to keep it short and brief and to the point. Y'all been great, man. I'm going to be like my boy Brian King and say, I love you. And there's nothing you can do about it. Y'all be safe.